happen, I mean, I think Light's going to be in the driving seat here. He has the mitigation, he has a live win con, and Gala, obviously, so Bellion can provoke and push those units back. So let's see if this provoke lands.
This is such a normal look for most takedown protection set, everything. Turn 1 just so scary right now. You gotta have every trick in the book pulled out. CR pushes the Bellion with the Infinite Horizon Arcades. Bellion is going to be dropping the S3 here. Surely a 3F Bellion, so not only is she going to be a tank, you see no crits, but she's still outputting a lot of damage, but the counter attack does come through. Defense buff.
No provoke on BBK.
Holding it down.
And now that's actually huge because this means BBK can get that S3 off, and if it gets a kill, I mean, Lunar's going to be in a really good spot here.
Yep, he sets up a prime target with that defense break, but Laya's coming in with that second round of support, pushing up the team, getting them back into action and cleansing those debuffs. The follow-up attack, the bite, the provoke, the push-up, the attack up as well. Say, this big shield up, what's he gonna do? Another pushback. It seems we're CR manipulating all over the place, attempt to hold.
That defense buff is so crucial here in surviving the delusion. You have it. No, and he
has to hold it.
The turn.
Lands the provoke. And now Mossman's going to be getting that cycling here. Procs the S2. Does he land the debuffs? He blinds the Gala here. Gala is dead. BBK is now 1 HP. This is all going to come down to BBK. And is she going to have enough damage?
Ooh, that's nice. A little bit of, as I said, is going out for free right now. You think the stuff is on sale, and even Infinite Horizon Arcades has a little something to say. Getting just that small heal in to give them the effective HP, maybe to live. Another blast here from the Bellion. Another big bang attack.
He kills the Bellion. Holy Sack crowd comes back. Gonna get that CR push anymore after we saw the S3. Goes for the kill onto the Arcades and takes her out. And Emma Lua is going to have a really crucial turn, which round the provoke she does.
That reset off of the low HP Bellion, and with that dual attack, I think that firmly puts him in the driver's seat.
Defense breaks the Laya.
Oh, you hate to see that. And
gets the combat ready.
Man. Luna finally committing the S3. No soul burn. Does land 2 unbuffables.
No cleanse from Laya. No S3 available. She does have the S3 on the next turn here. Provoke lands on the Crow again. Will Mossman be able to kill the Crow? He does. That does have the S3 available now, and try to play it out with a 1v3.
First soul burn comes out, takes out the Hellion Lua. A little bit of healing keeps her topped off, and no, does not kill the Lua.
Oh, he resigns right there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What for all the vast feed enjoyers I know that Vic brought to the tournament today. Candace Flan, let's see how well that does for him.
Wow, Lunar comes in and decides to drop the S3 immediately off that first turn. Does not land on the, we know how much damage that can be, but like getting the flan turn, we're not going to seal, especially with the Laya coming. What? I know the defense breaks stuck, but god damn, that's a lot of damage. Laya, 33,000 HP on
that
the
CR gain on the fire flan, so she won't get her natural 25. And Mossman's going to press S3, going to try to land all the strips, strip off that barrier. Doesn't get it off the Luna, but the
Lua and her squad. And no, instead of S2ing, we are just going to get that early no detonate, I don't think. Oh, okay, no detonate.
Dilbet S3 kills off the DDR, procs the challenge from the Lua and the Laya and the whole gang. Let's see if this Dilbet tanks it. Gets to about half spot right now.
That is a really good look for Light, really seizing control of that match. Designer Lilibet just hit like an absolute truck right there. Does get taken out by the roughly about 7,000 to 8,000 damage up on deck for the blue crowd, but no, instead we're just going to tackle the red flame over for the side of Lunar. So we're just going to put down whatever damage we can. Take it slow and steady. Luna soul burn comes in. I mean, that will land on everything. Fiend gets the next turn, and that's gonna be a big hit. Red Flame's got no evasion right now. Ooh.
By a thread, she's still in this fight, and she pulls in another dual attack. Damage doesn't seem to do the exact amount that we were hoping for, but more provokes going out might be able to stay.
Red Flame being sealed should have no dual attack to her name, and I mean, right here, Laya now has the heavy
provoke lands. Elbrus didn't kill the Laya. But the FF comes out as the S3 is not available for Mossman yet. This is going to go to Zed, but more importantly, he can soul burn the S3 on Lua. And if he does this, right, they both have a timer on the win condition with Laya S3, with Crow S3, and Light's gonna press that S3. Who's gonna go for the target onto? Does go into the Conquer Lily Slam with 100% evasion. Does go for the S1 to not proc the Dillibat.
Has more overall HP, so he can afford to play a slow big. Light also did blow up that sweet miracle, and now Afternoon
goes to the S3 on the Zio here.
Comes in, takes the Zio right out.
Crowd denied the defense buff. I mean, this is going to be a huge round here. If the Celine does go onto the Conquer Lilius, that will deny a dual attack or an S2. And it goes on Laya, actually, so she doesn't get that. Mossman has complete freedom and is
time bomb in the Laya. Of course, all these dual attacks are not healthy for anyone's complexion, and the Dillibat is still locked, loaded, and ready to go in the corner. Let's see what Celine's damage is as she comes rip-roaring and tearing through. It looks good. It passes the halfway mark, and knocks her out in one go.
That is a lot of damage, and you know, if you want anything to get yourself back into the game, that might be one of those moves to just jump yourself back into it, setting up the defense buff now. Oh, S2 comes out here. We're going to just tempo up, reduce our cooldowns, get the pain train going, and now attack buff, vigor, red flank comes through. That's going to be a lot of damage.
Now, let me tell you something right here, right now. Evasion with a barrier, with defense, and all of it was on board, and it didn't matter. One hit, and you're gonzo. Every protective measure you could have imagined, and Lunar blows through all of them immediately. Get rid of that combo.
Last set of the day, guys. We're gonna see the last person to move into top. Well, fair enough. Let's see how it breaks down. And Derp in chat makes a really good point. He can't exactly isn't on third pick ban protect. That's one of those things that's really gonna swing a matchup. Oh, whoa! That provoke is massive. Hang on a second.
And wasn't on Alexa. That counter was actually huge. This could make or break the game. And the Veronica tanks it.
It does, and then close out the game. I think the Veronica being able to tank it was huge, and DN actually can make a difference.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Veronica S3 is going to go onto the Blood Moon Haze. Will he land it? He does land it, and is the idle
Yeah, you can go for the stun, remove the Blood Moon Haze. A 1.5 turn. Wow, what is that?
Follow-up dual attack?
I mean, you remove the biggest threat to your Amiki, but is that even good?
It doesn't.
The thing is, as well, is like, DN gets to put up pen resistance and stuff, right? But then that means Blood Moon Haze S3.
Illinab reduces a lot of Blood Moon Haze damage.
Pedal to the middle.
Mode.
I think that's strips.
I see those strips. I see those strips. I see those strips. Ah, yes.
Here it comes back. Far from over, though. Far from over. Effectiveness to give you some better odds in stripping BBK, right? But we saw that Mossman was not going to be on an ER BBK, so Peyra immediately dying here since she did have the immortality after coming back from a huge turn here.
I mean, he has immunity, right? So it's just like he takes.
Does this Amiki even oh, he goes for the Soulbird S3!
Whoa. Okay. That killed.
He killed it! Get a buff here on this dual attack. He
Wait!
Oh, the counter
No!
Mossman!
Oh, the Mossman RNG absolutely runs that match.
Protects everything. This is really bad for XLR here. Now, will the Cicadas and Pulses be pushed back?
It's the question of the hour, ain't it?
Not the Acades, but
the Soul Constellation really coming in here.
look on the left, look on the left, look on the left. Heal? Or on the, sorry, sleep? This is going to be huge. He even drops the
prey. Comes out. I'm about to say, the prey comes out.
You land on the two characters that matters.
So he just goes for the S1 instead. Actually lands a silence with dual attack from Knockball. Natural. No stun coming up from Acades S1.
Having the BBK. And whoa.
Okay. It is an Orgus Euphine, so we see the mitigation there. Is this Knockball going to land everything? This will determine the game, right?
We need that Infinite Horizon Acades yesterday.
Oh man, he says, I don't care about your Blood Moon Haste. I don't want to give you a potential chance of countering for any healing at all. And he's just gonna go for a kill with the BBK S3.
Yeah, burns the bomb and this is gonna guarantee the stun.
Yeah, and this is also to deny him from sleeping the BBK, right? And losing out on this crucial rotation.
Exactly. And now BBK only enraged. Does it do it? Or does it give the haste a... No, it doesn't. Takes out the Yufin as well, and now Haste, lone defender standing.
Oh
I don't think he
God.
can't scythe anything.
You can't steal a buff.
Here.
Yeah, so Celestine.
Oh, he can't even.
That knock wall was huge. He resetted every character besides the ball.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
with that, LunarTzuyu. Oh my
Quick 2-0,
goodness.
yeah.
I thought it was.
Damn, that knock wall was huge.
Yeah.
To it.
Time plays out to its fullest potential.
Ooh, and once again, damage build goes off for the first shot. No defense break, but does proc that counter attack. Ooh, man.
Ooh, wait a second. That's huge. No defense break on the Abyssal. And if he decides to go for an S3, Yufin is going to have her S3 on turn 1. Higa is going to press that S3 to get the defense break, and the counter comes in from the Abyssal Yufin as well. And Higa is coming around the corner here.
Oh wow, big turn. He used the Mediator Coerca S1 to try to combat readiness push the BBK. Does not connect the turn, and now Luna will be able to strip all of his buffs, disable every single passive. BBK ripping it. This is his one chance. Gets the kill through the defense break, procs the Holy Sacrifice.
If Higa
So that
gets
keeps
this
him
extra
back
kill
in.
here onto the Luna, that seal falls.
Now here's time for a little interaction in case you didn't catch it. Not the Warhorn on the Mediator Quirk. Actually, one of everyone's favorite artifacts on their favorite unit, Spear Purification here.
Oh, Yufin getting that turn is huge. Finally going to be able to push back the entire team against Higa. Oh, BBK might just lose her passive again here. Gets taken down to Leaf have that immortality removed. It's just enough souls for the Blue Crowd Soulburn. Big horse coming in, AoE true damage. Rewarded for playing defense. Immediate GG coming out from Higa.
But man, I mean, that first game right here, speed tuning possible. At least I have an anchor that can run before the rest of Mossman's draft here.
And, you know, I just want to point out the fact that this is going to be a
Immediately, Ameru gets one shot by getting defense broken with no immunity on that build. DDR is going to be available to press that S3 into the S2. Now, Celine is going to have that S2 go off here. Will it go into the immediate and give that combat readiness?
So long,
No.
Oh, no.
Does it kill?
No.
Oh, 40k. A clean 40k. Well, for how long his services will be available. Burn on the Celine. She wants damage. She wants it now. As I said, gonna have to close up the doors on that clinic. I'm not even sure that guy's licensed. One Amiki standing up.
Many Amiki solos. A unit with a lot of firepower, but not a lot of sustainability. She's got one good turn of burst, and then she's out. So whatever damage worth of Amiki, I mean, he does have the soul burn, he does have the attack buff. That is going to have to count. Because if he doesn't, Amiki's going to have a hard time killing the Celine. Village Harsetti, no less. That is just such a tough matchup. I mean, started at 28,000 HP. Hopefully, ideally.
Easy decision on that first rotation from Amiki to S1 provoke the Harsetti so that he can make sure that Harsetti doesn't have any S3 to kind of strip anything off there. But one thing about Mossman, actually, he soulburned Celine.
Does take her out, though.
It wasn't really necessary. It wasn't necessary. He would have had Soulburn S3 with Ran on this turn to strip the Amiki here. So will Mossman's small decision there cost him the game? I mean, Amiki just has to counter here, and Ran's gonna die out of Uberius too. No counter.
I haven't seen counters yet.
Counter here. No counter as well onto the Celine.
Will
he counter onto the Ran here to win the game back?
No counter.
It looks like Lunar might take this victory. Clean 2-0.
Oh man, had the Amiki just countered a single time, we might have been seeing a different outcome to this set entirely.
It seems like Valk's back from the bathroom. We're ready to dump this match. We might as well get into it, right?
That's 3 here. And is it going to be an ERBBK? We'll see.
Gio, of course.
If you land the silence on the BBK, it is absolutely huge. I might even favor Carnaking with the draft here. Requiem Rowana, though, that's who you doesn't take away this effect nullifier off the Luna. So
will it land on the BBK here?
Does it put out a lot of work? See Phantom Politics just pushing everything back. Can the solo Luna hold it down? I think that's going to be the question of the match.
For this new Luna here is that Soulburn S3 is going to basically make this game a 3v4. Requiem Rowana is not going to be able to get another turn. The Yuki is not going to be able to get that fighting spirit, and you know that Blood and Haste does have Proof of Valor, and he will have to work that down first. Not getting this, he can set up that BBK on second rotation for a massive S. Now Carnegie does go for the Zeo S1 onto the...
See here in a second. comes down on the Zio. He resists. Get back into this. Ooh, not exactly a great situation. He does have the soul burn here, and he's hoping to get the, as well as lowering her HP, which means this eventual swing is going to hurt even harder.
Ooh, drip the BBK of that damage, but just another S1. Wow.
But BBK does have that second immortality now and is not resetting. Karnakin recognizes this and instantly surrenders and moves on to the next spot here. Like, you're right. Without mitigation, a Blue Ida can do a ton of damage, especially if you're able to get that attack buff up. Like, it's going to be a huge gear check, right? And we do see that Mossman is going to be able to get that S3, foregoing that S2, not granting Dillibat that defense.
Alright, Soulburn comes through, attack buff. That's... The damage is not looking very favorable for Lunar here. You usually want the Ida to, you know, at least kill 1 to 2 units and then cripple the rest with the stuns, but stun does land on all.
What we're positioning for is to try to overload the debuffs and let Veronica S3, S1 with the attack buff to try to pop that bomb while that Dillibat is death broken to do as much damage as possible.
You land on Designer Lilibet's team, she's going to be able to just zoom up the CR bar. And I think here, Lunar's going to opt to try to make a pick on the Sea Phantom Politis. At least this way, you get a guaranteed unit removed. Does take her out. Designer Lilibet finally gets... Surely she cleanses here. At least gives Conqueror Lilius and Archdemon Shadow a chance to play the video game. Be able to get himself a fighting chance and get back into the game. Counterattack does come through.
It's going to have to fall on the Archdemon Mercedes, I suppose, of all characters to get something done here, but it just seems like he's picking away, really. Not too much consequential. The team hasn't received evocations, and I don't think it's going to get much better now. A little bit of protection, maybe some attack breaks on the enemy team. Can't even get Karna King's favor, but, you know, it's cool. He got crit damage up.
Actually still in it for him to win. Does get the soul burn, get the stun in. And now, with the speed buff, he needs to get that Ida out of here. If she ever gets that second rotation, I think he's gonna know
the barrier on the Peyra, meaning she has that increased chance to stun, and she sure work. Defense break on top as well. Veronica can't even be. Carney might be making the same exact expression right now because this is no bueno.
Veronica, you know, a free 4-star character, really holding down this draft.
No, 100% super tanky Veronica. That was able to tank a KS1. And that Dillibat, I mean...
And now I think RNG slightly equalized on both sides. Another bit of a dual attack, getting the Ida combat readiness push, but Designer Lilibet says no. Ooh, defense buff. Does Lunar even come close to having enough damage to close out the match? That is honestly a huge question. Oh, that's
what actually drags the Dillibat, so Karnakin might actually be tuned to make sure that the Dillibat substats, and Lunar is just going to surrender and drop that FN and bring that to a 1-1. Really scary spot to be in for Lunar. However, he does play that we talked about that doesn't die in situations like this, and the Abyssal Euthene is going to be a really strong pick as well because he's going to be able to cut some of that combat readiness, right? He doesn't have a bridge for that Veronica, and this Conquer Lilius is going to be able to go, but he does have a 2-turn immunity from Rand. You see that Proof of Valor, no defense break landing onto the Blood Moon Haze, huge, right? Without the whole team back, and Conquer Lilius does go for that S3, puts up that Vigor here, and reduces Blue down to 1.
Drags in the Vigor bonus. Defense break means Designer Lilibet's damage will be hampered. Veronica fishing for that defense break. This is a huge turn and lands it on the Blood Moon Haze. This is looking a little bit dangerous for Lunar.
I see 2 defense breaks on Lunar, on the Blood Moon Haze, and on the Euthene, and that does look like an Aureus Euthene, by the way. It didn't do any damage on that S1. So what that means is if he's able to kill from that damage transfer from the Aureus, he opts to hold it. He respects the ult that Lunar has.
Yeah, but he does get a beneficial, I would say, dual attack there. Just being able to take down those stacks of the Proof standing by, needs to get her team back into the game. Kicks Rand straight out of here, get back to FSK, into the squarely into the place where she can end all of this. And she'll be...
Because he is in for a world of pain. That BBK is coming around the corner, and she is absolutely going to have that Soulburn S3 and wipe the entire board. There is absolutely no way Lunar's going to be able to survive all of this damage, is he? And the Blood Moon Haze actually tanks it with the Aureus present while being death broken. Divine Vessel actually procs on the Emerald Fire. The Blood Moon Haze not dying is huge, but BBK does...
You have the attack buff this time. Combat readiness for killing a guy, and just overtakes right there. That counter is big. She's in immortality now.
I don't want to say something as cheesy as it could be anyone's game, but it certainly seems like Lunar's turning it around. The action's coming through. Kick goes straight onto the Death Dealer Ray's head, but he survived a bit of a Sujin. Yes, the Conqueror Lilies pushing back here. Can't sleep, can't really do much of anything, but the BBK has come back to take another turn. Now she's at the slim pickings of 100 HP. She's going to do a lot more damage, but not enough to make the final strike. Let's pull it and put an end to all this. One kick, and it's over with.
Lost man, proving why he has ended Legend so many times with that gear damage, and that's what we're going to see here. Hopefully, we see a slim kill.
Cleave team. Guess what? Ran 2 puts up a 2-turn immunity buff. That is just so good versus Conqueror Lilias. You just hit him with a cheeky S1, right? Just skip the turn. Get her out of here.
S3 or not. Holds it, goes for the S1 onto the shoot here, and we don't see Proof of Valor come out. Shit, ton of damage. And immediately you see 7.5k, 9.5k gold. WinCon is already looking really bad for Carnaking here.
You really want to be able to use all of your buttons here, and now Green Celine finally gets to come out and play, and this is why she's the meme beam machine. Look at this damage. Oh boy.
On the secret art storm sword, and we see a lot of damage out, especially in
Misses the sleep.
It's
Gonna be able to take what he did out here with the Soulburn S3 for sure. That missed sleep on Carnaking might be the reason he loses this game, and he loses all of the tempo. And that's
he accepts it immediately. He just knows. He's like, well,
there
that was
it
it. That was
goes.
the whole kit and caboodle. That was the whole kit and goddamn caboodle. Guy who's going to hopefully not get run over by it.
Wow,
Top 4 as we get into the start of the finals here, ladies and gentlemen. Over $1,000 on the line, and once again, as always, there's something you can count on. It's Zio taking the first turn.
Ooh, Zio takes the first turn, and oh, that's so much damage. Letting the red flan tunnel in, dual attack, and S3 with the attack buff surely just removes the Harsetti out of Harrison. Takes a commanding lead in this game 1 of the grand finals.
Wait, you never know, because that Bellion is still around, and you never know, right? You just never know. This S1 doesn't tag. Like I said, right, if you're picking BBK with Harsetti, it could be on a Giga ER build on really high damage, and that might be the case. Will this knockfall land onto Lunar? I mean, Riev is still going to be able to do enough damage to swing the tides here in favor of Lunar.
And more than anything, the Bellion still has immunity to her, which means she has options to S3 to S1 buff, or if you're really desperate, I mean, just S1, right? You always have a chance to proc the extra attack. 2 shakes of 3F is going to be a lot of damage. S3 does come through, though. The way to go about it, Knockwall is already 70% HP, eats the S1 from BBK, gets the reset,
gonna stun the Bellion.
Oh, it's a counterattack!
No stun!
Oh, the tank goes through, but Red Fly hangs on. Hold on a second.
Their counterattack here could be deadly.
Cursed sword.
The cursed sword.
Does it stun?
Oh,
It doesn't stun.
No stun. And she's gonna speed ahead. She's gonna clear easily. Yes, my confidence comes through. I put it in Lunar, and he delivers a full moon blast coming down as he clearly takes the advantage. Zio fall by the Doctor could be a dangerous duo. Sigurd Scythe and a lot of other level where he just comes out of nowhere. Zio, small child, unassuming, could easily stab you in the back, and he will be here in a second. But he gets the miss still. Damage is clear.
That S3 damage into the Fire Plan. The reason why is because this Elagos is a full damage Elagos, and it completely procs the Jinu on turn 1. Like I said, he has the best in the world Elagos with insane damage. So he pushed back the Jinu and going to get Gab and potentially kill off that Jinu here.
Ooh, wow. That additional damage really coming in, additional hit chance, letting him crit the flan. Janua here, though, opts for the S1. Goodbye, gets himself removed. Does the bomb hit? And it does! That is a huge hit. Oh, you hate to see that. Wow.
That counter from Huayang completely swung the game. That Huayang was going to die to that Janua S1 with the attack buff and the rage, but what a turnaround. Now DDR is closely following behind on this level.
Another dual attack too.
More dual attacks.
Will this DDR catch up to him?
He does be making it almost look like he threw it into the DDR. It does dispel. And it is enough damage. That is crazy. Divine Vessel is going to come through. Extra attack will be hitting into the Blood Moon Haze. Doesn't matter. You just care about getting this turn right here. This gives you at least a fighting chance back into the match. Now, Red Flan will be shooting out the fish. Takes out the Elegos. Surely this kills.
Does indeed. Amiki following in. Her team has done a great job setting up the stage for her, and in fact, the show's over already. It goes up 2 to Lunar, and
then I'm going to play all of these other units here. And I think, Harrison, this is probably a match that's just completely hinged once again on the Amiki.
This is big because Harrison is basically going to commit the top model and then let the DDR try to win the game for him and try to strip and land onto that top, onto the, oh, he actually goes for the Tori instead to get that first life out of the way for the 50% HP. Counter actually comes up from the Amiki, but Amiki is still there. Wow, Harrison does go for the S3 saying, you know what, Lunar, you do not have enough. Oh, he reaches
Soul Constellation, that Lucar might cut. Doesn't cut though.
BBK still gets the turn.
Doesn't.
Red Flan's asleep. This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna go down to a 1v4, but the Amiki does not counter on the BBK. Still has a second immortality protected. S1 lands the S1 goes. Counter finally comes through from the Amiki side. Now this top model Gluluka does still have the S2.
ASAP, Ray versus Amiki is honestly name of the game here. You need to make sure you kill the Ray as the Amiki. And oh, that counter attack!
More counter attack.
Huge! Blows up the Guardian Ice Crystal as well.
Oh no. The BBK does still have that second immortality, so this is really going to come down to the wire on whether this Amiki will counter or not. S3 is going to come through.
I don't even have words.
Whoa!
BBK.
He just says, I'm him!
BBK. No counter comes to deny the counter onto the DDR here. Lands the sleep.
Wait, hang on a second.
BBK S1. No counter!
No counter. DDR has another chance. This is why he saved them souls.
He sleeps it! Harrison is going to steal the game away, pushing this to a game number 4. Let's see a reverse sweep, my brother.
Oh man, I mean, that's how they start, right? You're up 2-0.
I still think, in all honesty, he has a chance here as a precaution for the end of the
While Zio's gonna take the first turn here, S3 does come through, and I mean, that is the Gala Lilius, and most importantly of all, the damage limit was still there to hold back the damage such that Divine Vessel wasn't going to proc. Ooh, that misses the defense break. That's kind of big.
Defense and Paul is going to be able to get that S3, providing rage buff to the entire team and potentially pushing back all of Lunar's team and applying speed down. And now we're going to have to see, will this drag Gala? Most likely it will, since she does have that rage buff and the bystander Hawaiian Lotus. She does have a turn to get an S3 up. She does commit the S3. Who is she going to dump the S3 onto here?
Might just be the kid, I'm assuming.
Gotta be the Senya. I mean, you have to, no matter who you take out, it's hard, right? If you hit the kid, the Senya, so from this spot, especially now that you've already committed, you just switch into the Blood Moon Haze. You got the attack up, you got the enrage, but through the barrier, through the Proof of Valor, I just don't think this kills. It's gonna do a lot of
decision making in the match here. Harrison is slowly turning it around. This S3 from Plant is going to go forward. She does still have 1.5 focus, so she can get a maximum of 1 dual attack out. Will this
have to? There's not too many choices you can do. If you pick a different unit, the Divine Vessel might just take over. 1 hit from the Veronica, 2 from the Gala, and you should just be able to knock out the Haze, yeah? No, he's going.
You gotta go for the Zio. You strip the barrier and he gets. And this S1 will for sure kill the Blood Moon Haze. Now it's a 3v1 with Flan. First damage and tempo versus Harrison's trap, and he goes
gives it up.
This is a potential reverse. Is he fast enough to be in speed RNG of the Zio? Will we see a Ran outspeed Zio?
No.
Lunar's entire team is base speed RB. We don't know if it's full damage or counter MLDB. It's an ER BBK. That Amiki is in the back. I mean, this is gonna be really dicey for Harrison to break through.
I mean, props to Harrison for finding this Pirate Captain, but she just got silenced, pushed all the way back. No stun. Hang on, provoke on the Ran, so no immune. I'll be honest, I can't tell who the match is supposed to be favoring here. Another provoke! That's insane!
I love it here.
Oh my god!
We love video games, ladies and gentlemen. They're the best.
Video game. I mean, afternoon soak Flan goes. Pyro Captain Flan, you're gonna
Lands
stun
on
the BBK.
RB is still there.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's a degen RB. It's a degen RB. It did it. Okay. Okay. Any counter from a Miki?
Okay, one more.
No.
Bonk.
Oh no.
Oh, and the Charles gets sent out. No more Biden. It's a Trump administration now. I mean, you just provoke the Pirate Captain Flan. Fuck the bullshit. You said it. We're going right into it. Damage is gonna come through. It does hit. Takes out the Rand, and surely the extra splash is gonna remove the afternoon soak. Solo, and it's a provoke!
Coming out with the victory, and when does that victory come? Look right behind my man Vic, as the sun.
Gentlemen.
Oh my god, I can't out the BBK, sure, but I mean, she's blind now. You got one chance to do this, and I see a miss. You hate to see it. Counter-attack. Still goes.
Respect, save some respect.
Waiting. Oh no, it's another counterattack!
Some respect for yourself, my guy. Save some respect. Just GG. Acknowledge it's okay to lose. It's okay to lose. It's okay to admit that Lunar, with 1,000 plus bucks on the line, has taken it in our tournament. Vic's Archaeology Tour, we have dug deep and found our winner today, ladies and gentlemen. All hail the king.